3, 2, 1. Well, hello there, and good evening, YouTube. I'm William Brantley, reporting live from Bemis, Tennessee, or South Jackson, Tennessee. Today's climate summary, and give you a forecast for the next few days momentarily. Boy, I got a lot to report to you tonight, I tell you. We've had quite a bit of rain here in the Bemis area of South Jackson, and there's a lot of rain going on just north of Jackson, actually stretching from the Mississippi River all the way to Tennessee River, actually on over into East Tennessee, being honest with you, toward Knoxville. And there's even a flash flood warning for part of Madison County until 9:15, and I'll show you that warning. I'll go ahead and show it to you right now. Why not? Then I'll give you the details on the others. This flash flood warning, I'll show you the map that I've put on my Twitter account. The warning's in text style on my Facebook account, but this is a warning for flash flood warning for Haywood County, Crockett County, Gibson County, Carroll County, and the northern portions of Madison County until 9:15 tonight. And looks like Oakfield is included, and three-way, of course, in Madison County. And you see the other towns: Brownsville, Alamo, Bells, Humboldt, Trenton, Milan, Huntington, and Clarksburg are included in this warning as well. Again, it's a flash flood warning until 9:15 for Haywood, Crockett, Gibson, Carroll, and northern Madison County. The southern Madison County and the Bemis area is not included in this warning, but we've had our pretty good share of rain ourselves here today. We'll probably get some more as the night goes by. Alright, and I wanted to show you one other picture while I'm at it. This is a picture that was sent by the National Weather Service over their website. This is Bells, Tennessee, reported by Brian Kine, K-I-N-E. I'm spelling his last name. Brian K, I guess would be a better way to say that one. Maybe it's Brian Klein. And Bells, Tennessee, where there's flash flooding up in that area there. Pretty good picture of how much rain's fallen, and in parts of Crockett County, Tennessee, just northwest of Jackson, matter of fact. And I think that was the main one I wanted to show you. Let me make sure. I should have brought their site up instead, which I can still do that. I'll worry about that some other time. I just wanted to let you see the warning for that area. Alright, now let me put it back on me briefly, and then I'll show you the radar and take it from there. Alright, first of all, let me go ahead and go over the climate summary. Let me click it on the radar so it'll be there by the time I get ready to show it to you. The low temperature this morning, we've set 3 records today here in Bemis. 2 temperatures and 1 rainfall. The low temperature so far has been 65 degrees. That is a new record, warmest low for February the 6th. The old record was 54 in 1950. We did break that record. The other record, the high today, we had the hottest high today on record. 72 degrees was today's high. That is also a new record hottest. The old record would be 71 in the year 2017. And if that's not enough for you, we broke a rainfall record. Here in Bemis, as of 5 p.m., I've had 1.10 inches of rain. That's a new rainfall amount for February 6th. The old record would be 87 hundredths of an inch, and that fell in 1958. So there's 3 records that we broke there: the warmest low, the hottest high, and the wettest day on record for February the 6th. Breaking some records today, my friends. While I'm at that, the snowfall record is 5 inches today here in Jackson, and that occurred in the year 2003. Let me go ahead and finish the records out since I've already started with them. You already know what the hottest high is, the 72 in 2019. The coldest high would be 24 in 1978. You know what the warmest low is, 65 in 2019. And the coldest low would be 8 degrees in 1978. And I've already shared with you the rainfall record, which as of 5 p.m. is 1.10 inches. And of course the snowfall record 5 inches in 2003. Alright, beyond that, today's highest wind gust was 26 miles per hour out of the west at 2:43 p.m. Alright, that's the basic climate summary for you. I'll go ahead and go on to the radar picture now, and then you see where the heavy rain is as at the moment. And this will continue on through at least midnight tonight, probably on to around daybreak tomorrow, and then it might let up a little bit during tomorrow morning and then come back some early tomorrow afternoon. A little hint on the weather there, forecast. There's the rain. There's you see Jackson. The heaviest is to our north. Matter of fact, a good friend of mine reported to me via text message. He lives in the Medina area, and he says that they've had 4 inches of rain up in the Medina area this evening. Of course, I haven't had that much, but that kind of goes along with that flash flood warning that I showed you just a few moments ago. My friend up there is Mr. Tim Tice. He reported that to me via text on my phone. But still coming down pretty heavy up in northern parts of Madison County. And looks like it's getting real heavy over in Haywood County, just west of Brownsville. It looks like, and that's kind of moving toward Jackson. And that may actually go just north of us, the real heavy part. So it'll be kind of like training effect, they call it sometimes, but it keeps on raining over the same area over and over and over. That's probably what we're going to be getting for the next roughly hour and a half to at least 8:15 or 9:15 anyways. And this extends on into Middle Tennessee as well. Some more is coming out of Arkansas. Let me see if I can branch that out just a little bit more. There we go, get it more so you can see it a little bit better. Let's see, that stretches on, see here, it goes all the way over to around Searcy, Arkansas, over to almost Memphis, just north of Memphis, to just north of Jackson, on over to Nashville, and on points in East Tennessee as well. Let me see if I can get East Tennessee in this map here. Okay. All the way over to at least, I believe that's Knoxville. There it is. Yeah, that's Knoxville, all on up to Johnson City, the northeast corner. Literally across the whole state, right in the center there. Basically from Memphis to Kingsport, maybe another term up there, Johnson City. And of course up on up into Kentucky, of course. Raining pretty heavy over in East Tennessee too. But the heaviest seems to be east of Nashville and a little east of Jackson and north and east of Jackson and to the west of Jackson, just north of us. The heaviest seems to be Humboldt, Medina, Milan, and that area there this evening. And it stretches on over to near, what is that, Conway, Arkansas, and on up north and stretches on up into parts of Indiana and Illinois. Let me see if I get one more branch out, and that might give you a better clue as to how far it stretches. Yep, way over here to the northeast of Knoxville, Nothing, well, it'll be light stuff northeast of there. But that pretty much covered it. And more developing down there in the southwestern Arkansas. That's what I was wondering about. That's a clue for more rain later on tonight and on into tomorrow, since it's trying to build up some more. Alright, let me get a little closer back in to where I was. You can see how heavy it is just north of us. That's a pretty good view right there. Let me see if I can get this down some. You can see it just a little bit better. Alright, I'll leave it like that for a second. That's a pretty good view right there. And it looks like, again, the heaviest is just west of Jackson. It looks like it may be moving through North Jackson before too long. And that part may actually miss Bemis or South Jackson, or go just to the north of me. But either or, it's going to continue to rain pretty good. I'll keep it on this level there. That seems like a pretty good level right there. I could get it just a hair closer. Let me see if I can... oh, there it is. It makes the map a little darker, but that's okay. Yeah, that's a pretty good view right there of what's coming into Jackson. I'm going to get my pen. I'm sure you can see it pretty good. But this part right here, right here, this in the area in here, that's what's yet to come into Jackson, right in here, moving our way. And it's pretty heavy all up and through here. Alright, that's mainly north of Jackson and the Milan, Medina, Humboldt area, and Trenton and so on, where all this heavy rain's been reported. Alright, let's see what's next. The satellite picture, obviously that's going to be cloud covered. There it is, satellite picture. Pretty thick clouds moving through the area. I think, I don't know if I can lower this down further or not. I have to probably bring it up for you to see that better. The mid-south. And looks like it's kind of mostly cloudy south of us, but pretty thick clouds right over us. And let me get a picture of Arkansas a little bit better. And see how it is over in there. Yeah, it's still pretty cloudy to the north part of Arkansas and on up into Missouri. They've had an ice storm up there in parts of Missouri, especially north of, west and north of St. Louis, on up toward, I believe, Chicago. And they've been showing some pictures of how bad it is up there in parts of northern Missouri at least, and central and northern Illinois last couple of days. Alright, let's look at the national forecast maps real quick before I get too far along or too long. If there is a too long in scenarios like this. This is tonight's map, I think. Yeah, let me put it on there real quick, get the right one. It's made out at about 2:30 p.m. today. There's the threat of severe weather in our area, just barely north of Jackson, matter of fact. This is area in yellow where the severe weather threat is, and that area of red is where flash flooding is possible. That now stretches all the way over to East Tennessee, and there's an area north of there, there's nothing going on, believe it or not. There's the freezing rain or ice storm area that's going on in eastern Kansas, Oklahoma, western portions of Missouri, and on up toward Chicago. And some more up in the New England states there, and all. So pretty good heavy rains around the area in spots. And the west is not too bad a shape tonight compared to us or any other part of the country. Tomorrow morning's forecast map, the severe weather threat has ended by then, at least for us, as of 3:35 a.m. The flooding potential is still there, as you can see from Tennessee, Missouri border and Kentucky on up to Ohio. Still a threat of flooding up in that area. And another cold front's going to attempt to move through. I believe it's Thursday evening is going to come through. There's that ice freezing rain scenario there in Missouri, Illinois, on up to Chicago, that bends off to the northeast, it goes up to the New England states, and snow northwest of it, on up into Canada, and parts of Wisconsin and Michigan. And again, really nothing going on in the western half of the country anyways. Not tomorrow morning anyways. Alright, let's look at Friday morning's forecast map. A lot of it clears out by then. A little bit of precipitation in the mountains of East Tennessee and North Carolina, but light stuff over there. Very little snow, freezing rain moved way up into southeast Canada actually. And nothing much going on, a little rain down to Texas maybe. And some more precipitation moving in the western portion of the country. But all the action is tonight, it's gone by Friday morning and sort of gone after tomorrow night, to be honest with you. Well, alrighty, it's time to move on to the readout forecast. I'll turn around and read a couple of days to you or so, and then I'll conclude for tonight. Let me see, let me get this adjusted a little bit here, a little bit better. Of course, it's going to be mostly cloudy, obviously, for the rest of tonight on into tomorrow, with a 70% chance of more rain and some scattered thunderstorms, especially just north of Jackson, Tennessee, anywhere from Covington to Knoxville, basically, and then a little kind of a narrow line in that area. And the chance goes up to 80% after midnight, and for most of the day tomorrow, at least till sunrise anyways. And then it drops down to 70% by about noon till sunset, and then just rain by tomorrow night. And I believe it's going to end before midnight tomorrow night. And the moon is already set, never mind. The low tomorrow morning will be near 64 degrees. And tomorrow's high will be around 72 degrees. Another pretty day again tomorrow, temperature-wise. We'll have southwest winds tomorrow at 20 gusting to 35 miles per hour. And by tomorrow night, will be northwest at 15 to 25 miles per hour. And the sun rises tomorrow morning at 6:49 a.m. and sets at 5:29 p.m. And the moon will be rising at 8:32 a.m. tomorrow morning and be setting at 8:08 p.m. tomorrow night. Finally, by Friday, I believe around daybreak, it's going to be mostly cloudy to about daybreak Friday morning. Then it should become mostly clear. Low of 24 degrees. We're going to go from 64 degrees on Thursday morning down to 24 degrees by Friday morning. Boy, what a drop. And a high Thursday of 72, and a high Friday of only 37 degrees. Whew, what a difference. And north winds at 15 to 30 miles per hour. And then it'll go back to mostly cloudy on Saturday till noon, then fair skies, with the low of 22 and a high of 45 on Saturday. Not too bad on Sunday. I'll go ahead and give you that one. Mostly cloudy with an 80% chance of more rain. Low of 34 and a high of 49 with south winds of 10 to 20. And incidentally, there's another 80% chance of rain come up Monday with a low of 45 and a high of 55 on that day. Okay, that'd be far enough ahead for right now for this evening. Let me see. Let me check the radar one more time. Let me turn it around so you can see it as well. And I think I'll sign off with that. You take a peek at the radar. With this kind of a new look for once. Jackson there, sort of in the center. It's kind of hard to tell it in a way. I moved the radar, the camera a little bit. So you can see it a little bit better. Narrow stretch there. But it looks like it's going still from north of Memphis around Covington, stretching over to about Brownsville, and the heavy's just going just north of Brownsville, and then moving on over to Jackson, just north of us, up near the Gibson County line, and then moving on east there. It looks like it's raining pretty heavy up in Carroll County and Huntington and that area, and also beginning to build up there near what is that, Weakley County, I believe it is, up there where Dresden and McKenzie and those areas are, moving into Paris eventually. And it continues on over into Middle Tennessee as well. This camera's not doing right, like I expect it to act up sometimes. It won't be free enough for me. It goes on over to Aaron and Dixon and those areas there. It's fixing to rain pretty heavy over in Dixon too, before too long, in Waverly, Tennessee. Looks like it's raining pretty heavy over in Waverly at the moment as well. But I won't concentrate over here in Jackson, since that's where I'm closest to. That line and over there in Brownsville is stretching down a little south now, so we may actually get a little bit of heavy rain out of it here in South Jackson too. I'd say within an hour between now and 8 o'clock anyways. So more heavy rain coming our way. Let me look at that warning one more time for the flash flood warning. And there it is, the map of it. And I'll close at that. Alright, thanks for watching and viewing and subscribing. I believe I'm up to around 360 subscribers now. I thank you for that. And I have thanked most of the ones who left a comment for following me. And I'm thanking you for that. And I appreciate that. And look forward to getting more as you see fit. Well, alrighty. Well, good night for now, and be careful with all the heavy rain going on in West Tennessee. Drive cautiously if you have to. Stay home if you can. Of course, not everybody can. And do the best you can to make it through this. It should be over by midnight tomorrow night at least, and then become fair by daybreak Friday morning. Well, alrighty. Well, good night. God bless you, and I guess we'll talk to you hopefully again tomorrow night. So long.